Just record. So I'm going to go ahead and just have a recording for us. Awesome. I do my share screen real quick. All right. Hopefully it's working. Can anybody see my screen?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
All right. Cool. So anybody want to start with introductions real quick?
I can go first.
All right.
Um, so my name is Heather Todd. My major is health sciences, and I currently live in Wrigley, Idaho.
Very good. Thank you. Anything in particular you're studying in health sciences?
Well, I am pre-med track, so I will actually graduate this May and then apply to medical school also in May when applications open up.
Oh, cool.
nice. My name is Damien Moon, and my major is in health sciences, and I stay in Pocatello, Idaho, right now. But I'm originally from California,
Oh, which part?
Stockton.
Stockton. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Are you
Larry.
familiar?
Yeah, I am from Southern California, but I now live in rural Northern California, about 3 hours north of San Francisco. I'm
Okay.
in the anthropology graduate program, part-time student, full-time. I work in psychiatry. I'm a PA. I've done psychiatry and family medicine, and then yeah, this is like my last class, so I'm happy to be sharing it with y'all.
Dang, let's go.
Nice, that's
Happy for
exciting.
you.
Yeah. Well, anybody want to share their, I guess, their harvesting experience and processing experience?
Sure, I can go. I'll just start again.
Sure.
So the plant that I harvested was the big sagebrush. It can be used for treating head colds, stomach discomfort, and wounds as like a topical. Whether it's like you're applying the actual plant and then wrapping it to an open wound, or like making a tincture and then applying topically. How I prepared it was as oil kind of serum. So I dried the plant for about a week and a half, and then I put it into a glass like mason jar and just some good old extra virgin olive oil, and then you place it in the sun to kind of continue to process. And hopefully, like my husband, he has lots of arthritis, so we're actually going to try it and see if it helps topically. And yeah, so I don't know. I couldn't read anything that described how long you should keep it in the sun or if there's like an expiration kind of thing where it goes sour. So
Mhm.
we're just going to try it out and see what happens.
Pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
I didn't know that that can help treat arthritis. That's pretty cool.
we'll see. I'll let you guys know to be determined.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh, for sure. The plant I harvested was a blueberry plant, and I had seen it around campus. I was just walking around, and I was like, "Oh, nice, some blueberries." And so I picked it, and then um, I didn't necessarily know what she meant by harvesting it. I thought she meant to plant it. So then when I figured out what she meant by harvesting it, I actually had picked the blueberries off, and I put it into a smoothie. So I just put it in with some other fruits and some milk and stuff like that. And blueberries are rich in antioxidants,
Hmm.
and it can also lower risk of chronic diseases, reducing inflammation. Um, it also helps with like brain health and memory. Um, and it also lowers like blood sugar and just helps generally with your digestive system. But yeah, that's what I ended up harvesting. I don't know if I did it correctly. I think I did, but hopefully.
Could you taste the blueberries in your smoothie?
I mean, it had other fruits in it. I don't know if that was like illegal or something to put other fruits in it, but I mean, I taste mainly like banana, blueberry. Yeah,
That's fair.
Sounds tasty if nothing else.
yeah, fact.
Can you use any other part of the plant medicinally that you know of, like the leaves or anything, or
um,
even the
um,
flower?
I think it said, uh, dang, I just wrote something about the leaves. It did say something about the leaves. I forgot the exact benefit of it, but I can look that up right now while you talk about yours, and then I'll come back to it.
Oh, sure, I can bring mine up. So mine was the soap root plant, and this one is actually growing naturally in my backyard, which I saw when I was out there just kind of doing some yard work, and I was like, "What is that plant?" So I was back there with my hoe digging out some stuff and pulled it up and found out, oh, this is soap root. It's like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder if that would apply to the class. So it's just kind of serendipitous in that way. So this is a really interesting plant because it's been used a lot from the local Native Americans in this area. You can eat it, but you have to cook it for like a long time. Mostly it was used for kind of as its namesake for this as a soap. You can actually you cut it up, um, vigorously rub it together, and it actually becomes like soap. It's really pretty cool. I was out there with my kids when I was doing it, and we kind of were doing this together, and they got a kick out of it. So it's pretty cool. So the way I made it into, because there's various things you can actually use it for as far as medicinal purposes. Most of it is like a poultice. So you're smashing it up, right? And then you're applying it. And this one has also could be used for rheumatism or joint pain. If you ingest it, either I think you have to cook it though if you're going to actually ingest it. Um, Apparently, it can sometimes work for stomach cramps. Um, I'm not 100% sure how great it works because I didn't try it as far as ingesting it or anything. But yeah, I definitely did play around with it topically. So yeah, diuretic a little bit and a laxative as well. Again, it's kind of like cooked up and then ingested that way. So yeah, the experience is pretty cool. It's an interesting kind of like long stemmy leaf, and then you once you dig it out, it has a very big bulb that kind of you wouldn't even expect, considering the plant's not super huge. One more interesting thing about this is the soaproot plant. If you have like a pond that doesn't have a bunch of fast moving water and it's got some fish in it, you can actually put the soaproot in there and stun the fish. They'll come to the surface for a minute. And you can harvest them that way. Apparently, it's illegal to do that in California, but it was just kind of cool. It's like, oh, okay, that's a way that people had been using it in the past. So yeah, soaproot plant.
That's pretty interesting.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
I wonder if you did consume it before like the long cooking, if it would have any kind of toxin related factors for human consumption.
Yeah,
Or
I think that's where it might even become the laxative.
oh, there you go.
I don't think it would feel great. Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah.
if it has like some numbing capabilities, like if it's stunning the fish, like if you could apply, maybe to dental pain or something to the gum.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't try that. That's an interesting idea. Um, because I didn't actually research how it stuns the fish. Because I mean, I'm sure it has to do something with it going past their gills or something, and going into their circulatory system that way. But yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe like a neurotoxin or something. That's interesting. I'll have to look
Mm.
into that.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff.
Yes, sir.
I mean, this sounds bad, but I was like, man, I wonder if I get like some little tiny fish and just put a little bit in there. I don't think it kills them. I think it just stuns them. I was just kind of wanted to see the effect. I didn't
Maybe it's
do it,
just
but I
like a
kind of thought
sleepy
about it.
time tea.
How'd your hands smell when you used it for soap? Did it smell good?
Nothing. It was kind of more of a neutral smell,
Okay,
as far as I remember. I don't remember anything like particularly strong scented though.
got you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the I just went back to my paper and it said it was talking about the leaves. It basically has the same benefits as the natural blueberries. So high in antioxidant, helps with skins as well, and brain function. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay, sweet. I mean, there's only three of us. The prompt did say develop a set of 3 to 5 best practices as a group. Should we move into that? I mean, it's 9 to
Absolutely.
12 already, and the other two are not present, unfortunately. Okay. Well, obviously, I think that a good best practice would be correct plant identification because you don't want to misidentify something. And I mean, if it's toxic to humans too, you don't want to consume it and think it's something else.
I think that's really good, right? You should definitely
Yeah,
know what
for
the
sure.
toxic plants are in the area you're harvesting.
Hmm.
I found a good example of that actually.
Oh, nice.
So this one called yarrow plant can be used as a hemostatic agent, but
Hmm.
it's also, I guess, looks similar to hemlock and wild carrot, which are both poisonous.
Oh gosh, that would be scary.
Yeah, so yeah, knowing what you could potentially misidentify it as.
Well, that's
I'm
like
not,
the mushroom harvesters. There's
Yeah, absolutely.
chanterelles, and then there's what is that called? I know this is the incorrect term, the jack-o'-lantern mushrooms. They look very similar, but one is highly toxic for human consumption.
Hmm. Yeah, I live in Mendocino and it's like a huge mushroom spot for people to gather.
Oh, wow.
They have that mushroom identification class and stuff. It's pretty cool. I haven't taken it yet, but I know a lot of people have. But yeah, easy to pick the wrong mushroom.
Oh gosh. I just wanted to make some mushroom soup and ended up dying.
yeah, I feel like for me, that was my problem too. I wanted to figure out if it was really a blueberry. Cause
Right.
yeah, cause I didn't want to consume something that was going to hurt my body. But as I was looking into it, the only thing I could really mistake it for is a different type of berry. So either
Oh,
way, you know, I guess I would have been getting some nutrients.
or have diarrhea at the worst.
Yeah, no,
But
for
yeah, so that's a good one for sure, right? So knowing what's poisonous, knowing for sure what, I guess what part of the plant even, right? Like
Hmm.
is the safe for consumption, what you have to do to it. Like mine, it's a lot of them like you had to cook it for a while before trying to use it.
Yeah, and the sage, like you could treat sore throats and stuff like that. A lot of people were making teas and different tinctures and stuff like that. But I read somewhere that you could even just chew on like the stem, and I was like, that does not sound fun because they're a rough and tough plant,
Mm.
anyways.
Yeah, I wonder what that would taste like.
Oof. And I'm not a fan of sage either, so I don't think I will be the one to try that.
Right. So another one that came up for me as a good practice was when I was researching my plant, I was watching some videos and one was done by a ranger. And I mean, of course, she mentioned being mindful of kind of where you're at, right? What sort of land are you on? Like I was just in my backyard, but are you on land where you're not allowed to gather? Where it'd be illegal? Because that happens sometimes. And then also just being mindful of the people who live there and like that healing tradition that you're pulling from.
Hmm.
Just being mindful of that. I think those are all good, like initial practices,
Yeah.
kind of reflecting on, the ecosystem here. Is this an endangered plant in any way? Is it supposed to be or is it not supposed to be here? Can you harvest too much?
Yeah, because you
yeah,
don't want to take out like the whole population.
Yeah.
And I like that you say be mindful and respectful and like to add on to that, like even just the plant itself, like you said, you don't want to take too much, but
Mhm.
maybe even, instead of like going and trying to uproot it or kind of pulling on it, have the proper tools to actually harvest. So maybe scissors or pliers or whatever kind of things that you need to kind of leave it how you found it kind of thing.
Mhm.
yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking. For the best practices, um, just knowing how to respect the law, I guess. Because you don't want to be trying to, harvest a plant that you know you can't have access to, or somebody else's property.
Mhm.
And I had to go inside, because where I found mine was outside the Starbucks library
Mm.
on ISU campus. And so I went inside and I asked, like, can I harvest this plant before I just picked it up, just because I didn't want to have any problems. Yeah.
Good idea. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. So we had three. Should we try to find one more, maybe just for good measure?
Oh, absolutely.
Um, like I am pulling up the Google.
Sure. Definitely from just practice standpoint, probably when like we talked about harvesting, right? But also some parts of the plants are the part you want to actually use versus not use, right? So the correct method and just doing it kind of cleanly and not trying to being hygienic about it, right?
Hmm.
Like when you're cooking at home, you want to have the right ingredient, the right method, the right techniques, and not contaminating with other things.
Right. Yeah.
And
And
then
if
doing
any portion could be toxic prior to, processing, having being mindful of no cross contamination of surfaces that can, possibly like your children running around, you don't want them to get into that, obviously.
yeah, for sure. So your method and technique being spot on. And then a last one, which we always used in the lab, is you would like date and label everything
Oh yeah, I like that.
It's good.
so you knew what it was, right? You don't want just like this random jar of maybe dried stuff hanging out, and you're like, what is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is that a spice in my seasoning drawer or
Or was that the sage I harvested last
yeah,
semester? Which I guess you could use, but okay. Well, I don't see the other guys popping in. Maybe we can send an email and just kind of connect, touch base. But otherwise, I think we covered all the things that we need to. Do you guys have anything else to add?
No, I think I'm good. Um,
no, boy, I mean, I did have that picture of the wild carrot
Yeah.
versus hemlock versus yarrow plant.
Yeah, they are like extremely similar. I wouldn't
Yeah,
know. I'm
they
not
are.
like a plant person, so I'd be out there poisoning myself.
yeah, facts.
Yeah, we definitely have hemlock in my backyard too. It's not the right time of year for it, but yeah, I've seen it out there.
Is hemlock the one? So like I came from Oregon, and a lot of the farmers they use fire to help like cultivate and bring in like new nutrients for their plants. And I think hemlock was one like it can be toxic even burned, like the smoke traveling through the air. Is that the one? I think so.
Uh,
Sounds
I
familiar.
don't know if it's toxic that way. I just remember it from ancient Greece. That was the one they made Socrates drink
Oh,
when he was executed by the state. Poison hemlock, yeah.
Dang.
But yeah, there's plenty that you burn that's not good for you. I think poison oak is that way too. Was also
geez.
in my backyard. Yeah, I hate that stuff.
Oh my God.
And that's all year round, unfortunately.
Can you get rid of it permanently, or is it like
Well, yeah,
just
you
a
can like
small?
dig it out and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a weed. It grows everywhere almost. So it's a constant battle. At least it doesn't really hurt. It's just so annoying when you get it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
That's
get
right.
bad enough, you swell up everywhere, but
Just keep it out of your mucous membranes and you'll be good.
yeah, right. Well, I guess we can stop our share, I think. You feel comfortable with that?
Yeah, I think we did great.
And then I'll put it together and download it. I met with my graduate group yesterday and we ended up